Greetings, internetizens. This is Elmerthien playing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. In the last episode, the lady, what's her name? Espella, she got possessed by Bezella and then summoned a worm. Dragon. And the storyteller sacrificed himself to blow the dragon up. And now Espella got arrested. And we're investigating the bell tower, which, by the way, contained some kind of ancient artifact bell of doom. Zack's been arrested, but he managed to expose Miss Darklaw. What was this again? What's this? A control panel? I wonder what it's for. If it's a control panel, shouldn't there be a button or a lever or something? It's another puzzle. Wait a sec. What's that? There seems to be some kind of recess here. Looks like something fits inside it. It's flame-shaped. Hey, nice sketch, Maya. That recess. I've seen something shaped like that before. Espella's necklace? What is it, Nick? Oh, it's nothing. Let's keep looking around. Shiny! Look at it! It's a pendant. Yes, and it's got the exact correct shape. The leather strap seems to have broken. Wait! I know this! It's Espella's pendant! I knew I'd seen it somewhere before. Anyway, we should pick it up before one of those dorks sees it. What if it's cursed? Come on, Nick, quickly! Just put it in your pocket. Okay, I'm on it already. Hey, hold on a sec, Maya. Huh? What's up, Nick? There's something about the shape of this pendant. Something about its shape? I've seen this shape somewhere recently. Well, if you say so, Nick, let's shape up and take another look around. If we're lucky, there might just be some amazing clue waiting to be found. Yeah, I guess there might. Let's take another look at the traces. New stuff. Last bit of the story. She'll be executed. The Great Witch will be executed. Is he trying to kill his daughter? Or fake kill her? Oh, the professor went off to investigate the storyteller's tower. A record of the guard duties. A weird robe covered in flour. Investigating the ruins. Yeah, she might have been brainwashed again. Final witch trial. Oh, wait. It's not what I wanted. The recess in this panel. It's the same shape as Espella's pendant. Ah, so it is. But why? Why would her pendant fit into this recess, and who gave it to her? Was it Darklaw? Don't ask me. Spirit channeling? Supernatural possession? Those are things I know, Nick. Well, seeing as we don't know, there's only one way to find out. Let's slot it in there and see what happens. What if it summons another dragon? Okay, calm down. I guess there's no harm in trying.
Hold it!
Hold it right there, Sir Suspicious Blue Knight. Who, me? Yes, you. What exactly are you up to? We're investigating and being stupid. Well, we're just, carrying out our own investigation. Bah, you can't fool me. That thing you just picked up, it's cursed. The thing that, even as we speak, you are attempting to conceal in your pocket. What is it? It's evidence. Oh, you mean this little thing? It's I guess you'd call it a pendant. It's absolutely nothing to do with that whole crazy incident just now. I swear Nick's attorney badge on it. Enough! I saw it. All of it. Every single move, from beginning to end, including just now. Oh, did you see us in London? That right there is the one piece of evidence I was looking forward to coming back and picking up myself. Does Darklaw have a recording of our first case on her orb or something? I saw it too. Me 3, me 4. Now then, hand over that important piece of evidence. Now! Ah, shoot. No! Espella's pendant! Snatched away from us just like that. I must report this to the High Inquisitor immediately. Me too, I'll get company, you Chief. Me 3, me 4. There they go with Espella's pendant. And I was totally planning on giving it back to her at the next time I saw her. Shouldn't we first win the case? But more than that, I so wanted to try fitting that pendant into that recess in the panel. What now? No way is that panel just there for decoration. I'd better add it to my items for future reference. Hey, this looks like a floor plan of the tower. Hey, you're right, but I don't remember seeing it here before. I guess the vigilantes must have been using it for their investigation and left it behind when they hurried off. According to this floor plan, there's a bell on the floor above this one. Yes, the bell of ruin, probably. Well, it is a bell tower. It would be kind of strange if there was no bell. Yeah, but there's no sign of any ladder leading up to the next level. Or even a step ladder. Does that mean the bell can't be rung? Maybe the net control panel summons a ladder. Anyway, Nick, this floor plan could be useful. Hurry up and stash it in your pocket. Maya, I hate to think what you have stashed away in that spirit medium's outfit. And does it make the outfit any less comfortable for Mia? It's called being decisive, Nick. Come on, we're doing this for Espella, remember? I mean, not that she's summoning Mia in this town. All the stuff she collects. in in the usual settings. Oh yeah, I hadn't exactly forgotten. Attention everyone! The preparations of this evening's special outside courtroom have now been completed. Straight to the case, is it? Summon the High Inquisitor. It is time we prepared for the trial. Each and every citizen shall no doubt wish to bear witness to this evening's trial. Overcrowding is to be anticipated. We haven't had a bear witness in this series yet. All officers to their stations! Let's help this final court session find a proud place within Labyrinthia's history. Nick! Looks like you're out of time, Maya. I guess that's the end of this investigation. You think we'll be alright? We didn't really have time to finish. We did what we could in the time we had. Let's go. I have a feeling Espella's going to be moved to the defendant's waiting room soon. You know, Nick? What? I've been thinking. It's no accident that you and I found ourselves in Labyrinthia. Maya, the reason we're here is for the trial tonight. Do you think Darklaw was planning for that? I know what you mean. I think so too. And I'm sure Professor Layton and Luke feel the same way. I just know they'll bring back a clue or two to save Espella. Yeah, you're right. That means we've got to give this trial everything we've got, Maya. Okay, Nick, let's do this thing. You bet. He'll do what we do best. He'll fight to the very end for Espella. Professor! Oh, maybe they will find the librarian. What is it, my boy? What do you think about what happened tonight? On the surface, it certainly did appear that the storyteller's assailant was a dragon made of fire. Could be none other than Espella. But surely not. However, even if it did seem that way, it does not necessarily make it the truth. And if it transpires that Espella is in fact innocent, then there must be some form of contradiction or proof to support as much. Yes, you're right. I'll bet Mr. Wright won't miss even the slightest shred of evidence. Mr. Wright and Maya are investigating the scene of the crime as we speak. We, meanwhile, must search for something to prove Espella's innocence. In doing so, the truth should become evident as a matter of course. I see! In the time that I've spent with Espella, I've never once doubted her character. There's just no way she could do anything as terrible as what happened in that square. I believe in her, Professor. I know you do, Luke. We are Espella's friends, and as such, we must believe in her. Too right. First, let's make our way through the gate. Oh, the door's still locked. And there are no knights here to open it. What's the matter, Constantine? That's great, thanks. He says there's another way in, which only the knights know about. That's a relief. Could you show us the way, Constantine? Yeah, here she is. We've already been here, I think. Yeah, this is just outside the gate. Good evening, Mr. Layton. It's been a while since we last met. Yes, indeed, Miss Mister. But I must say I'm surprised to be meeting you at a place like this. After seeing the storyteller's parade earlier, I've been unable to simply sit still in the library. But at the same time, wandering around aimlessly doesn't solve anything either. Then again, meeting you like this, Professor, has given me some meaning to my wandering. If you'd like to try your hand at any unsolved puzzles, or puzzles that you didn't manage to encounter, I will happily show you them now. 5 boxes have been placed on pedestals. In reality, one of them is different. Turn the boxes around and examine their patterns. I see one difference here, and that's with this little green and this big purple. But what else is there? The big yellow on red. You see? On A, not facing any circle parts. On C, we can't really see. But on B, it's also not facing any part, and it is circles. D. Now E has yellow next to yellow here.
Don't worry, leave this one to me.
Clicking it twice to make
As you'd
sure.
expect from a gentleman in training.
That was splendid. A magical window. Is it a portal? No, it's broken. The rotating jigsaw puzzles. Not exactly jigsaw. It's just a rotation puzzle. Surprisingly straightforward for this game. For this whole series. Where's
See
the
what you think of
catch?
this. Professor, I did it!
Who would have thought the storyteller would come to such an end? I'm still finding it hard to believe even now. I mean, what's to become of us? Wish I knew. I'm no more worried about Inquisitor Barnum. He's being held on suspicion of treason. This whole thing is just a big headache, no matter what the future ain't looking too bright. Enough of your pathetic whining! You call yourselves knights? Oh, Captain! The storyteller's gone. The Inquisitor Barnum's gone. And who do you think is suffering the most because of it? The townsfolk, that's who. It's now they need us the most. We must be there for them to offer our support. Yes, sir, that's certainly true, but with things the way they are, what can we possibly do? Pitiful. Over there, isn't that? It would appear even the knights are unsettled, my boy. What's going to become of Labyrinthia now? Well, according to the final story, once all this is sorted out, there will be fresh hope for the future. So it's a little early to be losing heart just yet. I hope you're right. Let's do our best to make it so, Professor. What's this? Someone's coming this way, isn't that? And what are you two doing here? We're heading for the storyteller's tower. There may be something left to uncover, so we're going now to find out. Did you say the storyteller's tower? Uh-oh, I hope this doesn't mean we're about to be surrounded by knights pointing swords at us again. This dog has a higher rank than us. Well, if it isn't little Constantine. Oh, I see. This must mean you're working on behalf of Inquisitor Barnum. Well, in that case, the tower is up ahead. You may proceed. In fact, I insist that you proceed. I have a feeling there's some unfinished business that only you can take care of. For all our sakes, go there and fulfill your quest. And in doing so, show us all that there is still hope for the future of Labyrinthia. Captain? Very well. We shan't let you down. Let's go, Luke. The storyteller's tower stands right ahead of us. Right you are, Professor. Look, I can see the tower right over there. But how do we get to it? I believe this may be where our little friend comes in handy. Wouldn't you say, Luke? Right, of course. I see. You're saying there's a path? He says there's a path leading from behind the audience room right over to the storyteller's tower. One could hardly ask for a better guide. Oh really? He just said you've nothing to worry about while I'm here. And then he added, you might want to worry about that Sir Blue Knight though. Still hates him, I see. I hope Mr. Wright and Maya were able to come across some clues. I don't think we need worry too much about them. I'm sure they'll be alright. Wouldn't you agree, my boy? Of course, Professor. While I was teaming up with Mr. Wright, one thing became clear to me. He's definitely someone that will always do his best to protect his friends. I agree, Luke. He's a fine young lawyer with a heart of gold. I'm quite confident the trial is safe in his capable hands. Me too. And then there's Maya, always strong and courageous. Not to mention full of energy. She's a bit reckless sometimes, but always with good intent. We're lucky to have them on our side. I'm really glad we met them, aren't you, Professor? Yes, Luke, I'd certainly agree with you there. Both Mr. Wright and Miss Faye are friends that can truly be relied on. But at the same time, High Inquisitor Darklaw will be a most formidable opponent, one unlikely to make any careless slips. Which is why we must all do our best and work together. Including me, right? Of course, I certainly couldn't do this without you, Luke. Don't worry, Professor. I'll give it everything I've got. That's the spirit, my boy. Wow, you don't realize how tall the tower is until you see it up close like this. It certainly looks ominous in the moonlight. There's a vital clue waiting for us here, isn't there, Professor? Oh, I forgot to unpause. And so this is the tower in which the Creator resides. The tower that none of the townsfolk, not even the knights, dare visit. It's surrounded in secrecy, that's for sure. It's a bit like the Eldritch Woods. Indeed, those woods are certainly an enigma in themselves. Not to mention those underground ruins. Talk about mysterious places. If the storyteller really did know everything about Labyrinthia, I'd have liked to have asked him a thing or two about them. It's possible there might be clues related to those places, as well as a number of other matters waiting for us within that tower. In which case there could also be any manner of traps or contrivances awaiting us as well. We shall have to be doubly careful from here on in. Got it, Professor? What? You've completed your mission? Have we outlived our usefulness? He says he's worried about his master and wants to return to him now. We couldn't have come this far without your fine guidance, Constantine. We can take it from here. Constantine says we're the ones his master chose, so he knows he can leave this quest with us in good faith. We're honored, Constantine. Thank you for your help. Yes, thanks a lot. Take care on your way back. Inquisitor Barnham loves this town more than anyone, and has done his utmost to protect it. Let's bear that in mind too, Luke. We have a responsibility to fight to the end, for him and for everyone else in this town. I'm ready if you are, Professor. But wait, are there any hidden things in that area? There are coins. There's a coin in the sky. Maybe the moon is fake. Maybe the moon is a monster again. Oh wait, the moon was an eye in that puzzle. This is the main ominous tower of this game. It seems the mechanisms put in place to protect the tower are still operating. Does that mean we can't get inside? No, I wouldn't say so. This particular mechanism is in the form of a puzzle. If we solve it, perhaps we can enter. More owls. And math. There are 12 gems, each of them numbered between 1 and 12. There's a set of 3 triangles with gems already inside. The gems cannot be moved. Place the gems from your hand so that the sum of odd numbers on each triangle's perimeter adds up to 39. Oh. Looking at the gems now. What is the total? It's 65? No. I'm getting my math messed up. Check. 178. Numbers on each triangle. And these two are mutually exclusive. Half and half here. This is a 22. So we're missing 17. What other numbers here make 17? 2, 4 and 11, certainly. But where to put them? Then this is 22 plus 9 would be 31. Six, 5, 9. Oh no. The 8 is also there. Wait, wrong triangle. Yeah, that's a 20. It's 22 plus 17. No.
Already seen the answer. Come what may, puzzles are there to be solved.
Professor, you did it! Professor? Doesn't it seem peculiar to you, look? To get here, we had to make our way beyond the guard post and through the knight's garrison. It would normally be considered sufficient defense against intruders, or so one would imagine. Yeah, I guess you're right. There are several knights around as well. And yet, in addition, we found that contrivance in place on the door. It would suggest to me that something of great importance must be contained within. Let's go on in and find out, Professor. Is this another perspective shift? New chapter? We're going to the court again. It's finally starting. The last witch trial. The witch's court will no longer serve any purpose once the great witch Bezella is burned. But Espella isn't Bezella. I'm not buying it one bit. Let's hope Elmerthien has different the laws on possession than the Japanifornia. I mean, the storyteller is her father. I don't know what happened between them, but her father would never do that to his child. Well, maybe he's only fake killing her. And making her an even more dangerous... No, maybe he's redeeming her in the sequel. No, wait, they're supposed to be freed from the story. I think you're right, Maya. and he just sacrificed himself to blow up a dragon made of fire. But no one else does. They're all throwing accusations at her. I just feel so sorry for Espella. It feels like this whole case is under some kind of bad spell. A spell? Yeah, we just can't see it yet. That's why it's so vital that we expose the real witch behind all this. And we've got to do it during this trial. I believe in you, Nick. Oh, by the way. Yeah? What are you going to do during this trial? I mean, if you were thinking about watching. What? You mean you don't want me to be by your side? Do you want Mia instead? I didn't take you for such a cold-hearted guy, Nick. That's not what I mean. Let me finish before you start jumping to conclusions. What I was going to say is that you can't let people see you. You're supposed to be, you know, dead. You were cast into the flames, remember? And nobody here knows that Mia is dead. Oh, right. That. You mean after I was on trial for the murder of Sir Tophead? Don't underestimate me, Sir Blue Knight. Huh? I've already got it covered. Check it out. I brought this with me. With this masterful disguise, I shall be transformed into Maya the Ironclad. I found it in Barnham's room and figured I'd borrow it for a while. Don't tell me you're going to the trial wearing that helmet. I sure am. Can't be Maya the Ironclad without being clad in some iron. Let's just hope Barnum doesn't flip out if he sees you wearing his trusty headgear. He's in jail. Anyway, I'm going to do what I can to help. We've got to save Espella, right? We will. Come on, let's get going. It's time to break whatever bad spell Espella's under and put an end to these witch trials once and for all. Right. You're okay with that, aren't you, Espella? Oh, she's currently under the spell of temporarily delete pupils. I guess seal pupils? A variation of the seal orifice spell from Fatal.
Out there, Nick.
Let's do this.
At least it's not permanent.
Come on.
Now, as scheduled, the trial of Espella Cantabella shall commence forthwith. Knights of the court, are you ready now to cross your swords of justice?
The Knights of the Inquisition have spent countless years trying to track down the elusive Great Witch. The secret of her identity shall finally be brought to light in this very court.
Really?
All those present, pay attention, so that the truth may be burned into your memory. Today, the legend of the Great Witch shall become a closed chapter in the history of Labyrinthia.
You could cut the atmosphere with a knife.
Everyone's making ellipses at us.
It's so loaded, but at the same time, oddly subdued.
And now, the whole truth shall be revealed to all. The moon, eye of the night, shall bear witness to that.
It is an eye.
Don't you agree, Defender?
Your Honor, the defense is ready.
How regrettable. I see you won't allow yourself to be provoked.
You may now begin your opening statement, High Inquisitor Darklaw. Thank you. People of Labyrinthia, the story has ended. Its end has been sealed through the storyteller's death. The one who put an end to the life of the storyteller and to the story which governed our lives was the great witch Espella, a foul embodiment of evil who has long been lurking among us, concealed deep within the consciousness of a certain girl. I'm sure you are all aware of her name. I refer, of course, to Espella Cantabella. Where is she? Today at dusk, a tragedy unfolded right in front of us all. A giant fire dragon descended into the town square, devouring the storyteller. It was a nightmarish vision that we shall never be able to forget. That fearsome fire beast, of which we had only heard tell through legend, returned at the hand of the Great Witch. Indeed, it was just as in the illustration of the legendary fire. And the girl within whose heart lies the Great Witch herself has committed her final and most heinous crime. So, the crime of patricide. So, we'll know that it might be a possession. May this trial serve as an offering. An offering to the storyteller who can be with us no longer. Thank you, High Inquisitor. The Inquisition may now begin proceedings. As I have said, this unthinkable crime took place in the town square within plain sight. Within plain sight of all Labyrinthians. Everyone is a witness. Surely then there can be no need for a formal interrogation. You can't say that. I suggest you mind your temper, Defender. In a few moments you will have no option but to accept the truth. Once we hear it from the very mouth of the accused. From Espella? The Inquisition hereby demands that the accused, Espella Cantabella, testify about her crime. Or rather, that she confess to it. The Inquisition's request shall be granted. Bring Espella Cantabella down to the witness stand. This is it, the last trial. In all likelihood, Espella will admit to the charges. I have only one chance to break whatever spells she is under. When she testifies, there are bound to be some clues to the truth in there. Now that you're here, witness, state your name and tell us your real name as well.
My name is Espella Cantabella, but I have another name too, Bazella.
Order in the court. And then you really do admit that you are the Great Witch? You openly concede that you are Bazella herself, The cause of all evil and destruction? Yes. I knew it. We're done. She's Bezella. How terrifying! I mean, she killed her own father. How dare she kill our beloved storyteller? We don't want a trial. We want to see her burn, burn, burn. The Inquisition was right. The accused herself has spoken. It would seem there is no need for an interrogation. I assure you, there is none. The only possible verdict has been clear to everyone from the very beginning.
Hold it!
Let's hear Espella's the accused side of the story. Magic exists in this world, right? So if you think about it, Espella could be under the influence of a spell too. What I would like to know is this. Just who in the world are you, young knight? Oh, me? How to put it? I feel as if we've met somewhere before. It was... where was it again? We haven't. It's just your imagination, your honor. I mean, my lord. As for who I am, I'm with Sir Blue Knight. Not in a romantic way, of course. Is this a friend of yours, Defender? Yes. And don't comment on the helmet, please. She really wouldn't like to have her face seen. How can I put this gently? It's not something you'd want to look at. Are you really saying she's hideously disfigured? Half of her face flesh melted off. What are you talking about? You make it sound like there's a problem with my face. I can assure you, we have no interest in your face, miss. Although I do wonder where you acquired that particular helm. Why is that? A helm of that ilk is not something you can simply purchase from a street stall. Well, I found it in the forest. Finders keepers, you know. What are you doing, Maya? You promised me you wouldn't draw any attention. Sorry, Nick. I lost it a bit. Well, anyway, the defense's opinion is as follows. We should hear the defendant's testimony before coming to a verdict. There may be some things even she isn't aware of. How amusing. As this is to be the last witch trial ever held, perhaps it is only fitting that we cross swords before you accept your defeat. I agree. Thus, the accused herself will now testify. Miss Cantabella, tell the court of your involvement in this incident. I finally realized that Bezella has been lying dormant within me. Once everything fell and the rain ceased, once evening fell and the rain ceased, I climbed up the wooden stairs of that bell tower and awaited the parade. Oh, her pupils are back. I waited for my father's speech to end, and then I summoned the fire dragon. I don't know why I killed my father. Almost as if it was scripted. Or as if she was possessed. That was a very unusual testimony. When you used magic against your father, Were you doing so as Espella Cantabella or as the Great Witch Bezella? A most fascinating query. However, it matters not. The Inquisition has ingeniously solved the query by disregarding it. You're scared of her. What matters is that Bezella exists within this girl. Then we should exorcise her. Being a witch is a crime. Such a fundamental rule will always hold. And you know who can exorcise? Mia! And this girl here is not just any witch. She is the Great Witch, as are you. Espella has admitted the charges, just as I suspected. I just have to hope I can find some contradictions in her testimony. If I don't, we can kiss this trial goodbye. The defense may begin the interrogation. Defender, steady your sword of justice. Should I see it waver or point in the wrong direction, I will not hesitate to cut down your arguments and end this interrogation. You had better keep that in mind.
Hold it!
You say you finally realized? Yes, I've always had a feeling, but my memory is rather hazy. I've always felt as though I'm not who I think I am, and that I've forgotten something very important. Incidentally, when did you become aware of Bezella's presence within you? It was when I went to the Great Archive with Mr. Layton and Luke. Ever since I saw the mural depicting Bezella, I started having strange flashbacks. I saw things from the distant past, memories of the legendary fire. The legendary fire? I saw it. I was there when it happened. I saw the town consumed by flames. You couldn't have. That's impossible. The legendary fire occurred over 100 years ago, and there were no survivors. Yes, I know that. But it's true. I remember it happening. Because I'm Bezella.
Hold it!
Where were you before that? We were looking for you. I'm not sure. When I came to, I was in the town. It was pouring, so I wanted to go to Aunt Patty's bakery and wait for it to stop. But I couldn't face her, so I just went to the forest instead. So you were in the forest until the incident. He couldn't find you, though. The rain finally stopped and the time came. I made my way over to the town square. I was feeling strange, as if I wasn't myself. Then I noticed I was up in the bell tower, looking down at the square. Espella's not a witch, and that means there's got to be something strange about this statement. Witness, continue your testimony. Yes, my lord. Wait. Presenting the bell tower was guarded and there were no trespassers.
Objection!
Vigilantes were guarding the bell tower all day. Is that the vigilantes' report? Indeed. And according to this, the vigilantes have been constantly guarding the entrance to the bell tower ever since it appeared. However, there is nothing about Espella going up the tower in their report.
Objection!
Your memory must have failed you. That girl is a witch, the Great Witch at that. It's only natural to assume that she used something akin to invisibility magic. Isn't that so, Witness? Yes, I used an invisibility spell to enter the tower unnoticed.
Objection!
Even magic follows certain rules in this world. Witches need to be holding a Thalia Magica in order to use magic. And you weren't in possession of one at the time. Oh,
Objection!
how horrifying your ignorance is. Excuse me? Did you honestly think the difference between a regular witch and the Great Witch was in name alone? The Great Witch, unlike other witches, can command any magic she desires without the use of a witch's scepter.
Objection!
That's news to me. Every Labyrinthian should know about that. A witch's scepter can hold only 2 magic gems at once. Who ever heard of a great witch that could only use 2 spells? Ah. Order! Order! In any case, this should convince you that the accused entered the tower. This is a sketch showing footprints. It was raining before the parade reached the town square. Obviously, if you walk through muddy streets before climbing up a staircase, you will inevitably leave footprints on the steps. This sketch shows that there were indeed muddy footprints present on the bell tower stairs. And since you'd no doubt be quick to ask, I can tell you that they match the sole of the accused's shoes. It's certain that the accused climbed up the bell tower after the rain had fallen. Very well. The court accepts this sketch as evidence. I almost pity you, defender. The evidence you threw in our faces with such verve was sadly useless. Indeed, it would seem there were no problems with the testimony after all. Let us not waste time. If you could carry on with the interrogation. That is, if the defender hasn't run out of ideas yet. The judge seems ready to announce the verdict any second now. I've got to find a flaw in her testimony, and fast. I need a solid lead in this case.
Hold it!
But the vigilantes that were guarding the entrance didn't see you.
Objection!
Obviously, that would be because she used an invisibility spell. Espella, do you have a clear recollection of using such a spell? I don't. But if I left footprints on the stairs, so I think it's pretty clear that I must have. What's clear is the evidence. There can be no room for doubt. Really, Darklaw? I'd say it's pretty clear we don't have all the facts yet. Anyway, I'd better try a different approach.
Hold it!
You summoned the fire dragon with that spell Grainworm, right? Yes, that's the one. Although I won't say it now. I'm sure that something terrible would happen if I did. That's fine, absolutely fine, and no need to prove that statement. In fact, the court forbids you to prove it. Of course I won't say it. There's something strange about this statement. And I think I know exactly what was bothering me about it. She used the dragon summoning spell, but didn't have a witch's scepter. The Great Witch can use all spells without using a scepter, right? I mean, that's a little too overpowered, don't you think? And that's probably what makes the Great Witch, well, great. She'd be a pretty sorry Great Witch if she could only use 2 spells. Yeah, I guess so. Continue the interrogation. He's saying there's something wrong with the statement. That has nothing to do with dragon summoning. But why did you wait for his speech to end? Where was Espella? Imprisoned our boy Zack?
Hold it!
That may be because you didn't kill him.
Objection!
It's useless, Defender. Somehow I would expect her objection to be deeper, more ominous. Witness, who killed the storyteller? It was me. I summoned the fire dragon. I killed him. Forget controlling the judge. The prosecutor equivalent controls the defendant. That's even worse. The storyteller chose his own death. That is a fact that cannot be changed. It is common knowledge that all things written in the story will become a reality. And Bezella's appearance has been written into the story's final chapter. She had no choice but to act out the role that has been written for her. In other words, everything happens in accordance with the storyteller's story. That's a weird suicide. Nick, have you not noticed how weird Espella is acting today? I sure have. It's almost like she's a puppet. But who's pulling the strings? What? Hey, this might be mental support. Eve. Nick, look, check it out. It's Eve. She must be there to root for Espella. I don't think a cat's emotional support is going to help us all that much. Well, this is an unexpected intrusion. But as we're in the middle of an interrogation, I will ask the witness to carry on with her testimony. Yes, my lord. She's still possessed. I finally realized that.
Hold it!
Do we get a meow on any thingy? On any statement? Now we've got two entities. We could get a meow.
Hold it!
Objection!
Hold it! Hold it!
Objection!
Look at these claws. I've got to find those contradictions and fast. Nick, we can't let it end yet. Look, even Eve showed up to root for us. Eve? Oh, right, that black cat. The Great Witch Bezella always has a black cat by her side, huh? Or is she the mastermind? But you know, if Bezella is always accompanied by a cat, then she should have had it with her when the incident happened, right? Now that she mentions it, I think I saw a black cat at the bell tower when it happened. You think I might be onto something? A witch with a trusty black cat, huh? Or do I present Eve or something? Footprints don't tell us whether she was there. Cats can be carried. I think I'll see you next time.